Yes, matriculants. We have covered so far principles, that is language, graph interpretation. Secondly, sensor, graph interpretation principles. Now, starting imizekelo kwezi zinto. Uzondixolela ke bethu ne? Sizeze sinayo already le mizekelo because kaloku sithatha ezinto question papers. But i-aim yethu apha kutyhile ba i-principle ingantoni. Yabo. I-information ozoyifumana question paper le. Nokuthi ilanguage esiyisebenzisayo apha. Ilanguage esiyisebenzisayo ilanguage yokuba sifuna ntoni. I-aim yethu kutyhila ezinto ongazaziyo. So sometimes uzoxolela bangabona o-define, ungabona o-find, o-determine. No, sibeke i-question mark phaa because uma kuthiwa determine kuthiwa loo nto ongayaziyo. You see? Like apha kuthiwa ndifuna i-equation yantoni ye-asymptote. So nto apha equation of the asymptote of f, so ndabeka i-question mark. So yiyo le ndizoyifuna, equation of the asymptote. So njengendlela esizipresente ngayo ezi questions, because siphendule ezi questions ngokwale ndlela zibuza ngayo i-exam. I-aim yethu apha kukunika overview ne-understanding so that ungastruggleishi when you are answering these questions. So sinale case yokuqala apha, graph interpretation examples, where you are given a hyperbola and a straight line. And bene case yesibini, where you are given a parabola and i-exponential graph yakho. Uphinde sibe ne-case yesithathu where you are given for the mixture yakho, which is parabola and hyperbola. Let's come to number 1 straight away. You are given equations here. It's very nice. If you have equation, you have everything. When I just have to calculate and take your marks. Upel. So number 1, uthi calculate equations of the asymptote. We have two equations here, f of x and g of x. And from our information, we know each straight line doesn't have asymptotes. So asymptote says fumana hyperbola. Ithi lento, this x value is the x value asymptote. If x are negative, uthisha lakho pha uthi uzaba na positive. So if no minus equation izaba positive kwi-point, if no positive pha izaba minus. So equation ye horizontal asymptote up ye vertical is about x equal to 2. Then a horizontal bengu y equal to 3. Ungathi p and q, p and q ayizo equations. Why? Because equation yakho ipresentwa ngento efumana Cartesian plane. Kwi-Cartesian plane sifumana y and an x, not p and q. So much abantu bayithanda tendency ukuthi p is equal to something, q is equal to something. No, ungayenzi lona. Coming to number 2, we are asked you to find its domain and range and on a hyperbola. Hey, emhlabeni. So ithi ke ngokulento domain and range hyperbola ngubani is the same thing. Iyefana. I-domain yakho besithe apha x an element of r. So x an element of real number, but x is not equal to 1. X is not equal to p. What is p now? P is equal to 2. So this value is excluded from the values of x. And the range yakho 9. Ingban, ingu y is an element of r, but y wakho njani is excluded. P kwi-values kabani zika y, which is your q. Nankuya. As to number 3, khawusincede ke ngoku. Usikhaculathele i-value ka-x apho ezi graph zilingana khona. Bona ke mntanam, ii-graph zakho zilingana kwi-point of intersection. I will cover this part. This is my last part kwi-functions. After inverses, I will take that last part where we reveal the secret of f of x greater than g of x, f of x greater than 0, all those things. We'll cover those things, the last part of the graph here today. So in this case, but f of x will not g of x. Just equate the equation. F of x is equal to g of x. Here's the issue and method. So upper, you'll have this straight line circle. Esingu negative x plus 2 is equal to minus 4 over x minus 2 plus plus 3. Welisa utraze up. So you'll have minus x minus 1. 3 minus 2 is 1 negative, which is minus 4 over x minus 2. Then you cross multiply here. This comes here. This comes there. So 1 times minus 4. This becomes minus 4. So it's minus 4 equals 1 times minus 4. It's minus 4. Minus x plus 1 times this one. So we'll have minus x minus 1 times x minus 2. Then what will be the value now? So we'll have upper minus x squared plus 2x minus x, because this is 1, plus 2. So this will be 0. Okay, let me take this one. So I'll have x squared, which is positive, minus 2x plus 1, x minus 2 minus 4 equal to 0. So this will be x squared minus x, and this will be minus 6 equal to 0. So factorize here. So x minus 3, x plus 2. Then x becomes 3, or x becomes minus 2. So these are the x values. The question says find values of x. Then if you want y, you could use a straight line or parabola, depends on the graph. You can use this one. Fago x par or 3 par plus 2. Fumano y wako. Fago minus 2 plus 2. Fumano y. Also here you can use that graph. But every question yako, we tell us fumano x wako. Naban x wako, every graphs are called lingana call. So that was the question. Okay. Number 4. Is f an increasing or decreasing function? We know paya over increasing and decreasing function. We just follow the graph method. This is very simple. So just follow the graph starting from left to right. You see, here's Yambel, John. So this is increasing function. Also here. So f of x here is increasing. Take your marks and leave, my daughter. Please. What to marks our pisaya? So that is the solution for number 1. The equation is buzwayo. Anyway, equations. Once the equations, kwa bizanda, my daughter. The marks is aquas. Utara zonke. Because although unknown, although you just be given J straightforward questions. That is it for the first part. And let's come to number 2. In number 2, you are not given any equation. Here you are given a graph as E2, and this graph, point A, which is 2 is to 3. And remember very well, if you point is 9, in the numbers 2 no 3, we have unknown someone. So it lendo So in this case, we are given this minus 1, which seems like as if we asymptote for exponential graph, and a parabola which passes through origin and point B. So we have everything here, but the information is not presented in the right way. Number 1, what number 1? Cause for maned secretary Liam apelko ngatombam. Uba enguban equation x of symmetry. So ithi ngokuntombi lento apha njengoba une-equation ye-x of symmetry, khumbula kaloku beste uphi wakho, which is x value ye-x of symmetry, a-turning point ye-parabola, yiyo ezi-x of symmetry. So x wakho ngubani pha? X is equal to 2. That is the equation for x of symmetry. Number 2, khasifumanele i-point B ingubani la point. Point B masijonga up. So the x-intercept A1, which is origin 0 to 0, and point B, which is unknown, and we are given x of symmetry. In our equation, we have an equation that is that if we are given a standard equation, we use minus b over 2a. But if we are given x-intercept, we use x1 plus x2 over 2. So we lose the equation and this one. Up wako ngu2 equal to x1 ngu 0 plus x2 over 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So x2 becomes 4. Therefore, we can say point B, where now is 4 is to 0, because that is x-intercept. So that's what they wanted, Basifuman. That is the case. Okay. Number 3, we define the values of x where f of x decreases. I think in the increment, the decrement of x now is clear. Come to wrong, but it's wrong. ROA2 is increasing until positive 2. Then from positive 2 down is decreasing. So, bafuna ipi part, if value of x up f decrease khona. So we see well, graph yakho kaloku decrease xa x engubani. Xa x greater than 2. Ungamfaki equal up because ku equal graph yakho ne gradient engu 0. So iyajika I decrease pa. So ungamfaki equal or uthi x an element of 2 is to infinity. Then you take your marks nicely. Wow. So divide now phambili. Uthi zonke za marks pa. Okay. Equation 4 kwenzeka ntoni pa? Uthi number 4 khawusifumanele mfundi equation ka f of x. Khumbula ke ngoku f of x yintoni? Uthi f of x not than the parabola. The parabola. And parabola I need two conditions. Condition I must be given x-intercept and a point. I have this x-intercept. I have point B, which I just calculated, which is 4 is to 0. I have turning point, so I have a lot of information. You can use turning point and a point. You can use x-intercept and a point. So it depends. Okay. So in this case,